At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Ron Roslow to say a few words about Mr. Denny Dupps.
It is my pleasure and honor to introduce my good friend, Denny Dupps, the Dupster, lefty, into the Ohio State Handball Hall of Fame. There are two criteria to getting into the Hall of Fame, basically. One of them is your service to handball over the years, over your career. And the second is your tournament results. Regarding the first one, Denny Dupps could qualify alone with his contributions to handball over the years. In 1985, he started the GCHA along with some other people, John Love, Mark Scheffel, Bob Lohmiller, and others. And he was a board member from 1985 to the year 2000. He also was our technology guy. So for your young people, he created a database. We had a newsletter called The Short Line, and yes, we sent it out snail mail. And we mailed it out to everybody, and Denny was in charge of that. Got all the articles together and did all of that for all the years. In addition to that, he was served on the board from 1985 to 2000. He created 3 different logos that are used on all of our tournament shirts, and actually one of the logos is used by the USHA even today. So his contributions to handball were really dramatic over that period of time. He also introduced his son Matt to handball. And Matt, along with Matt Donnelly, Chris and Dave Seal, Ryan Klein, Jeff Blankemeyer, and of course our own champion here, Justin Baker. I don't know if Justin is here tonight, but all of those guys started playing, and Denny was a big part of that. I went to several tournaments with him, and it was really cool. Matt played for a few years, and others have played over a period of time, so it was really another example of a contribution. On the court, Denny and his partner Doug had 73 finalists in tournaments. That includes club tournaments, city tournaments, state, regional, and nationals. Now Denny was primarily a doubles player, but he did finish as a finalist early in his career in the C singles in the nationals. So he has quite a resume. Out of those 73 tournaments, they won 44 of them. And I think it's fair to say they are probably the most prolific doubles team in the history of Cincinnati. And by prolific, I mean they played in so many tournaments over such an extended period of time, and they had tremendous success. But there's one more thing I want to say about Denny Dupps. That's not a criteria for the Hall of Fame. Denny Dupps is maybe the best friend a person could have. His partner, Doug Blankemeyer, as many of the people here know, was diagnosed with Alzheimer's several years ago. Once Doug was diagnosed, Denny would call him every time they played. He'd call him a day ahead of time, 2 days ahead of time, an hour ahead of time, call him in the car on the way, make sure Doug got here. After Doug couldn't drive anymore, Denny would pick him up, drive several miles out of his way just to see Doug got to play. And he did that for years. And even to this day, Denny and Elma visit Doug at least once a week, take him out to lunch, dinner, and Doug doesn't even know who they are. That, my friends, is one heck of a man. Now, there's a lot of funny stories that I have about Denny, and I'll tell them to you over a beer. But I think it's really important at this point to get the guy up here that we're really honoring, Mr. Denny Dupps.
I think he said it all. Took all the words out of my mouth. Especially, I did want to honor Doug for this because my playing career of 25 to 30 years, somewhere in there we lost track, of playing exclusively doubles together, that's the bulk of my tournament time. So the other stuff I did was local, and I whipped up on a few of you guys around here, but but it came back the other way too, so the lumps go kind of both ways. So I've just had a lot of fun, and everybody that's here, it means so much for me to see you here, and I had no idea how many people would come or anything, so I'm not prepared for anything formal, but I just wanted to thank all of you for everything you've done and for the friendship of this fraternity of handball players. It's just remarkable. It's just the greatest thing that happened in my life was being in this game and meeting all of you. So thank you very much.